Welcome everyone to another day after work. You know what, it's actually, maybe it's not the best idea to listen to music while live streaming, in my infinite wisdom. So yeah, let's continue some open source package update here, live after some 2 glasses of wine, just when you're supposed to work on your fancy Linux distribution. I noticed, I'm still looking for the amazing 2023, so you have the Linux desktop and distributed file systems. So if you have a common recommendation for a distributed file system, please let me know. While doing that, are we by the way live? Should be live, just doesn't load. Oh, zero friends. I noticed that our Bluster FS package is out of date. The usual was quite a bit probably. Which actually, so usually I don't update to the latest, so now the live preview loaded. Maybe. Amazing internet in Europe, what should I say? So, cluster FS. I think there's even 11. Yeah. What is actually latest? So probably. Yeah, so does that even work if we put in, because the problem is our data I bought, of course, can only be as good as what data it can work with. And actually we have this already. Interesting. More support. Oh, come on. How difficult can it be to? I guess it was already the one there. Okay, why does this not update then? Interesting. That is, or did this change? Why did data not update it then? So 10, or maybe that is not, let's see, what do we have there for 10, whatever. So here, so the usual boring stuff. So nobody is interested in 10.3. So let's update 10.3 and then 11. Let's maybe also check if it's even. So I still need some distributed file system. I was looking into this some years ago already. So leave in the comments below what you are using. Wait, where did this redirect? So Bluster community redirects to Red Hat data storage? Are you kidding me? Wait, is this even cluster FS? Oh, come on. It says cluster FS there though. What confusing. How can this be so confusing? Oh, come on. Strange stuff. So yeah, the usual stuff you do to us. Actually, why is this? So community is redirecting. This is of course a little bit silly that community index PHP is redirecting to Red Hat and whatever. Probably don't need to understand that. Darn, also wrong. So yeah, I guess from my audience, very few people use distributed file systems. I have questions. I probably need to. Oh, this is maybe why data doesn't update that. Oh darn, this is why. So data probably tried that and then that didn't compute. Let's make it needed to do. Okay, set. Who else is? Probably I should. It's some shameless artist promotion here live on this channel. Where's my 4563? Oh, come on. That's why you can do it. of course, people who use NVI also use Sox Play to listen to FLAC music, obviously, right? Because it's a Linux tester. What else do you use to listen to your FLACs? Cluster to do. So, oh, come on. So many. Yeah, probably that answers the question. How much concentration do you lose after 2 wine? Witness first case of alcoholic influenced regressions. Yeah, probably that is. But now we are very professional, so we don't cause Actually, I have another regression to revert. I tinkered around super silly zoomlinks stuff or already that caused the regression. Improve so update package like cluster FS major version like 11.3 whatever. I guess we have that already, but probably for 15 years. But I guess we only substitute, like I'm sure we already compute create and share scripting a regular expression that substitutes subversions, but maybe we stop with the last stopper stuff. So maybe 10.3. I remember there is something, but maybe just not that. That certainly explains why data didn't update that. But yeah, cluster first. So the problem is, and this is also where all the time goes, is testing this stuff. Because if you're sure, you can always hire Red Hat and IBM consultants for 10,000 €, or you test it yourself. Because ideally for quite a while I need a distributed file system. I mean, I said it before, previous video half a decade ago. Oh, cool, this also fails. TC malloc. Oh. We only do light package updates today, so that's okay after. Also, by the way, that's not a shared advertisement for alcohol and stuff. Alcohol is bad and so. What is this? Oh, maybe it's a new dependency. Oh. Yeah, I mean, obviously. TC, we don't even have TC malloc. The only constant is change regressions and new dependencies. We need to change our t-shirt print. Yeah, probably the live stream would be more interesting if I included the music, but then we get a copyright strike. Somewhat too slow moving for me today. You know what? Let's also why do we have a quota here? All right, I think a play just crashed. Why does it also? Don't tell me there's another. Oh, cool! It core jumps when it's not a playable file. I'm not debugging that now. Oh, come on! Why is this? Why is this core dumping? I just wanna. What? You can't do that to me. Why does play core elf for play core? Oh, play core. What? This. No, this. What? Okay, maybe I should. Did the other not play? What the heck? Trap divide error libsox. I must gotta be kidding me. So you have the Linux desktop. What should I say? Maybe I should use already bypass pulls our use internal deck, external deck. What the heck? Oh, maybe this is not. Okay, probably I should not. What it even was? I forgot what the. I think. You know what? That's it for the music. Anyway, disturbed my concentration. Do you know there was reason to poll on our channel whether you can work with the music? That probably answers it. So, new music, no quota, no problem. So yeah, I mentioned before, 15 years ago already, 15, if not soon, 20 years ago, I played around with quota. So TC, you know what, let me quickly mount some, or do I have that? Let me think. That is my, do I have that here? Oh wait, no, this must be T2. Must be somewhere else. Somewhere. I have the stone 8 points. Maybe they have TC Malloc if we are lucky. No bloody subversion, conflict resolution. Nonsense. So, TC Malloc, no, oh, they also don't have TC Malloc. Oh, how unfortunate. So yeah, recommendations taken. So do they have a config option to not disable? Also, this is a little bit annoying, right? Memory allocation, I mean, your C library should have the most effective, by the way, I probably could also unplug this stack if I don't use it. Your system library, C library should have super efficient, like, or in cooperation with Linux, with your operating system kernel, should have super efficient, high performance memory allocation stuff, and every Emacs editor and whatever thing needs to bring their own memory allocation. Oh, without. Yeah, so this is stuff that I still find silly, right? In my opinion, this stuff should auto-disable. I mean, you could argue that some stuff is so super important that like it doesn't work amazing without that, so that you need to manually disable that, but so right now we don't have this package. This is also, there might be, I was also thinking actually to make add a warning that cluster, that if a package is checked that doesn't exist in the T2 tree, that to output a warning to remind everyone that there might be other new external packages to package. Okay, it's probably also lib. Oh, actually, no. This is the usual. I mean, despite doing drunk research, the recurring theme of win-win of reminder that there is stuff to update. What was it? Lib IO urine. Lib. The only question is like how is it spelled? Modern package naming. So urine. Lib. U IO U must have some urine. Where is the bloody urine? Oh, urine. Nearly would have. Alright, I wanted to actually check. The only reason I actually went here is so much to the concentration down the wine bottle. 2.3, and we have 2.3. What? There wasn't a freaking update for quite a while. Are you kidding me? Fine. So then there is no win-win of let during close to this. Actually, I probably should have used emerge and not force build it. For multiple reasons, like including. So welcome everyone. Hey, someone is working on this distributed file system. Far from usable finished working yet. That is pity. Of course, I haven't found one that satisfies the needs. Yeah, ironically, I mentioned this 2 years ago or so in this distributed file system things. I'm totally aware that quota is super old technology, and even like 15 years ago, I couldn't, or nearly 20 years ago, I couldn't get it to amazingly work. And by now, it's for sure super outdated technology. No, but it's like basically 15 plus years ago, quota already fulfilled all my requirements. Also, totally aware this was a really shitty architectures, like maybe even like one global lock and whatnot. But yeah, aside from all of this, the feature set looked amazing 15 plus years ago already. I even they didn't have an update recently. Where is it? But core utils don't really want that now. Let's see if that that builds. Yeah, there's always something. So the problem is with this testing, always people always think it's so easy, like just freaking works. Like if you want to run this redistributed between multiple servers, think between the company and some data center, maybe some other data center, and you have some offsite replication, and then also disconnected use because you have some garbage European German internet. But even if you would have had amazing internet, even that failed sometimes. So that is all the stuff that goes into testing, right? It's one thing to read the spec sheet and actually test it, especially master slave or other peer-to-peer distributed replication. Also, what happens then? The reason I would wanna, I don't want to even disclose all the details for what I would want to use it for, the sake of not being hacked with stuff. But if you want that it works at the end of the day, then so by this build, we could actually, for the win-win of TC malloc. So yeah, how many mallocs do you need at the end of the day? Looks like quite some. Should go there. I need to plug this into my. What did I even want to listen to? Yeah, obviously that is. Does that even? You know, the thing is. No, do I have this still open? Oh, maybe. What even was? It was another mixer. Of course, obviously it was. But it's freaking there. Maybe I should also change the T2D for the stuff that you discover after work, after 2 wine, trying to listen to some flags on your external secondary. So maybe it is not the 30 voice anymore. Did I replug that? No, it should be cut through. Why does this not? This is actually silly. It worked earlier. Does it still build? Of course it doesn't build anymore. Come on, where is? Yeah, bloody. I was listening to that earlier. Why does it not freaking work anymore? That is so silly. Yeah. So I'll find this final build. And then, so the reason I update this with the snapshot is that if people want to go back, they have the T2. Actually, we could theoretically so update package. I'm pretty sure we somewhere. Oh wait, is it? Where do we? Okay, maybe I should not try to change some regx. So that would be that though. Where do we build a regular expression? 15, 20-year-old code, what could possibly go wrong? Nah, nothing for today. Is it 1 or... zero? Actually, I wanted to check whether it's even freaking stable. Okay, they changed. Maybe we... Alright, I just changed the URL though. Maybe we changed it slightly because also they changed their some... previously we had their community, whatever, PHP, whatever was the actual URL back in the day. Let's change it to that, and yeah, this way. So the reason to improve that would be so that data, like, yeah, probably I should improve data in general, but Sebastian Moser has a feeling I wouldn't like their distributed file system. Yeah, that might be. I mean, I don't even have, I would just, I mean, it's like, yeah, if it would just freaking work, and like recover and resynchronize after disconnection for some hour or whatever. So yeah, that is how you update stuff. And all right, I wanted to check whether it's even freaking stable. You know that you're dealing with a super professional project when they're using freaking Slack, right? I mean, at the end of the day, you would hope that Reddit doesn't break it entirely. So you would think that that probably should be stable. Maybe we mark it out stable because the previous, they don't even, what, they have the only major version? Did they not have 10 whatever with another dot? So we had 9, 6. Okay, maybe not. Okay, fine, whatever, it doesn't matter too much. What did we not? What? Why is this not freaking... 0. Of course it was 0. Yeah, we basically, I mean, yeah, it's choice. Probably said it 100 times. So much choice that lots of stuff don't work quite right. Did I make a video too many choices? Yeah, because we also have Seth, but I think actually probably we could check if that is up to date. 16. Wait, they have 16 probably security fixes. 17. Oh, cool, this doesn't build anymore. XXH inline, XXH namespace, XX hash, what the heck? Okay, they're using this shared XX hash. Is there an update for that? Maybe there's an update. I mean, that is the only win-win, except everything takes time to discover, like stuff that Data doesn't auto-discover. This GitHub. Maybe there's a new, if you're lucky, there's a new version that supports some other. So there is. But this is maybe not major enough to have, but you never know. There's already general clean code base following installation XXH3 and 128. Few welcome evolutions, improvements. If you don't know, this is a new high performance hash, right? Also is used in rsync. And maybe other things. You can quickly check. Maybe even, yeah, whatever. Maybe some are random. So we're probably having that mostly for rsync. Improved performance, big picture unchanged. The few notable improvements. XXH3, large speech improvements, streaming mode, sensible GCC. Plus 40% new capabilities, detailed. Actually, not too many. Hey, improved PVPC64LE, previous video. It builds longer, so chances are that even needed. So I mean, this is the only marginal win-win. What keeps the newest version up to date, right? I mean, I have on my to-do, I'm a little bit surprised. I did run Data in multiple variations. Theoretically, Data really should. So did I check? I should have checked that, but it looked right. Yeah, that's already on my to-do. Is it even built? Amazing. All right, so this is a super old system I have. So I used my the shoemaker always have the worst shoes. I use my 7+ year old install. So yeah, that has some random shit that I don't really want in there, including probably usual. Yeah, that comes from developing on a 7-year-old rolling release thing. So I found probably some stray things, the rest might be mostly okayish. Let's see, what do we get here? Okay, debug glib, maybe not, some other random, who knows. So liburing is new and stuff. The other stuff maybe, doesn't look too bad. Okay, this Pi stuff, probably a little bit, nah. Maybe remove it, probably some Python shared code generation cache stuff. This is also some cleanup. Previously, probably was Python 2 and Python 3 at one time. I substituted all of those to Python. This is why this was. Usually, our build system does not generate duplicate lines, but if there sometimes are duplicate lines, then this is my manual SEDing there of stuff. Yeah, that's basically it. I was basically turning around a little bit after I met with some friends at some restaurant, so not getting drunk alone in the office. Basically let's get some stuff after work done. Just removed that for the prettification of that. Not the greatest fan of www prefixing everything, so it's oh wait, oh no, we updated the other stuff, so it's probably, yeah, obviously I'm not testing this cluster as stuff. We could take another look at Seth. I think Seth might mostly do block storage for virtualization and stuff. Maybe Seth does not do file system method, more like distributed storage as in blobs. I mean, obviously it has a protocol compliant file system on top of Seth's distributed object storage. Yeah, I need to do some proper testing some other day. Not today. 17.2.5. Actually, wait a second. Maybe data update 7. Data updated that even. Oh wait. Ah, darn. Too many tabs to that. No, whatever. I just closed something like tcmalloc or something. Let's maybe package that. I'm surprised it's not in A ports. Yeah, if you have any recommendations, tried any, I mean, obviously quota's vintage, not even to mention open AFS. So if you talk, yeah, if you have, and even if you have comments to the old stuff, to the old vintage Unix stuff, doesn't even have freaking releases. Thank you very much. So they check for an installed tcmalloc, which doesn't have an installer thing. Also, I'm impressed. Not 17.2.5, oh, that is the latest version, super amazing. Yeah, earlier I, of course, data every day, I bought previous video updates stuff. I also rediff, or like, did not personally rediff much, but auto rediff generated strace, our 32-bit RISC-V enablement patch there. Then it's probably that for, except we have people tuning in, which is always amazing. People plot, that is amazing. Oh wait, it's a new, oh wait, it's a new QMO version. No, 7.2, maybe not. I remember I recently updated. Yeah, that is up to date. So yeah, I have stuff to test. And you know what, maybe we revert this init.rd stuff. I probably, so I still have a handful, if not two, fixes to work on, unfortunately, but I will probably spin, what I should probably do, because I built in October, November, December, January and February multiple releases of dozens of architectures, just to remove them again, because it's always like one more thing here, one more thing there, and then already 4 months later. What I will probably in the future do each time so in the future I will not build dozens of architectures, although at times it was needed because we just had so many changes. But I mean, I need to save some electrons here. So I will in the future only build a reasonable thing of x86-64 for intermediate testing, and then I will also publish that, because now we had more like, although we had good builds, just not perfect builds, because always like this one thing missing and that one thing could be perfect, and this font looks ugly and stuff. And say in the future I will each time, like I will only build AMD 64, and that I will also publish. Even if it's not super perfect, usually it's still better than previous releases. Because this time I wasted so many electrons for nothing. And so here I will basically, I had this already reverted in some other things. So this here, this sucks. And thanks for the super chat, highly appreciated. People loving me, love watching me struggle. That is fine too. And so we will revert that. because that was silly. That caused a regression even without wine. And because so I thought like let's just zoomlinks the whole user thing here. And so that caused a regression when we later rebuilt initRD and we copy files in copy with copy recursive, like say you have some user bin or whatever thing, and this is a zoomlink. I didn't expect this. This is kind of stuff like you tested, it works, you commit it, and then only in a whole distribution build at the end of ISO, like on the very, very, very last step of ISO generation, regenerating the initRD for the live CD bootable installer, and that errors out with CP wants to recreate, recreate the directory user if you copy user bin, whatever, like, or user S-bin shutdown or whatever that was, because we have some user S-bin shutdown overlay for the live CD installer. And it's like CP of all things erroring out. It's like, hey, I can't create user, which is there, but a zoomlink, it's like you had one job, and it's like, yeah, kind of probably it's on the POSIX spec or whatever, and it's there. It's a little bit silly, but it is what it is. I also then thought it's like, yeah, maybe it's not worth to trick around with zoomlinks for like freaking nothing. And I will probably not even zoomlink that. So I probably committed this as part of that. And I will probably, so I zoomlinked it there so that, but so that is also even without wine and stuff and after work and tired and everything. This is kind of, I mean, it's like totally trivial, not rocket science stuff, but that is this kind of stuff that causes regressions. Like even if you just create a zoomlink, you think it's easier, or is it even the right file, easier, cleaner, and so on. And then the most trivial stuff breaks, but I even have that here somewhere. So the thing is, so previously we didn't even have user. We have here P, so actually I don't even need do I need that? Do we copy or do I copy that? Maybe. So I guess we just have freaking old-fashioned directories here. What's that? Maybe it's better to create that here. Does it even? Okay, let's maybe not. You know what? Let's just. So cache check. So yes, that is user. Wait, copy user S-bin to. No, for all of this. Copy to S-bin. Okay, then we only wait a sec. Right. You know the reason. Right. Darn. Now I remember why I created in Zoomlink. The stupid reason. Okay, so this is. Hey, my brain still works after 2 glasses of wine. Surprise. So this failed. So I initially had that because I only populated everything into bin and S-bin, but I actually was so stupid and tested it because only like what's tested is broken, right? And I could not imagine that the LVM stuff, which is it even? Is it must be LVM? It must be volume like LVM2. So they had hard-coded, so now I remember. So because I copied this into like top level S-bin, because that should work, it didn't work on boot because it had hard-coded parts. So so this would not be enough. So this is why I actually zoomlinked it. And this would still fail probably because I guess I have a shutdown there. Although you could argue the shutdown doesn't need to be in user S-bin shutdown. Is it even true? Why did this even fail then? If it's, we must have some overlay somewhere. Why is this S-bin? Why does it fail if that is S-bin? Anyway, it failed. Oh, what else do we have here that overlays that? That is so silly. Anyway, maybe the better thing would be to patch LVM tools. Alright, this was capital. Because of course it's the nearly only package that's freaking capital. Cache check, and it's also silly that that is not part of LVM tools and is part of some provisioning tools. Yeah. It's okay. It's a freaking configure. Are you freaking kidding me? You can't make this stuff up. I would argue this should not be hard-coded. How do they execute that? Maybe we should check. Because theoretically I would not, I mean, security in your boot stuff aside, I mean, always the stuff like some user smuggling in some cache check that is run by root or the system scripts. But I would argue that if you cache check LVM stuff in your system boot stuff with user man in the middle stuff, then I guess you have other challenges in your life and system security. Let's see how they run this. If I would find global cache check executable, maybe that can even be configured. Global cache check executable. Yes, so there is cache check command. The full path. Okay, if they already write the full path, then maybe they somehow exec re that without path search, which is like, yeah, thank you very much. To check that the cache metadata device is in a usable state, cached LV is activated and after deactivated. C package device mapper persistent data. I wonder where do we install LVM2? You know what? This is a little bit silly because so we installed it in S-bin. So I would actually theoretically, I mean, this aside that it's a little bit old-fashioned to separate that. I would also argue, like, if we put this not in S-bin, then we avoid the whole problem to start with. Because theoretically one could argue that user would not be mounted if theoretically we tried to be like you see recurrent a little bit of extra efforts of keeping stuff traditional Unix compliant stuff, which I'm aware that many major distributions have abandoned a long time ago. So maybe one also yes, it actually crashed the compiler, I remember, for PowerPC for higher optimizations or whatever, for not enough optimizations. So maybe we actually configure that for the same prefix. Actually, wait a second. I guess we have conf. And so they want full path, that would be prefix sbin, so that would be sbin dir cache check. Should expand. But then we also need to build some provisioning tools with same prefix. Oops. I mean, very. Two glass of wine and I can still exit non-visual whatever mode. That probably should work. Let's sort it a little bit. Prefix and stuff. Actually, you know what? That and then no cargo in stopped. And very theoretically, we could run now. That's all too fragile and stuff. We could theoretically think that more together and stuff, but no. I'm kind of happy. The other day I wondered why did I not just revert that, but now if I would have reverted that the other day, I might not have further cleaned that. Or yeah, leave in the comments below. Is that a cleanup? Is that that's always the question, right? You shuffle stuff around, and is it really a cleanup or? What did I want here? I wanted cache check, so that's then in sbin theoretically. Oh wait, whoops. That is a new though. Oh, we have crypt set up there even. Yeah, but that needs to be in thing. So even if we have that stuff there, that's fine. So let's see, that is OVM2. Theoretically, we could build that in, I guess I have a complete build here. So yeah, welcome everyone. Discord server, yes, we have a Discord server. This thin provisioning is gathering rust or what? What do you mean gathering rust? We are at one. We have rust thin provisioning tools. No. What have I done there? Build target. Or what you're saying. So yeah, quite some unexpected stuff done of 50. Yeah, this is, if you're wondering, what do you do all day maintaining your fancy little Linux distribution? And it's like, yeah, one Bluster update there, some packaging there, some unexpected update there. It's probably sbin LVM. Yes, viewed anyway. Cache check. Also cache check. Where is the... okay, it has user sbin cache. Oh wait, cache dump? No, not cache dump. Why does it have... cache check version 5? Clear needs check with cache check version 5? Annual? Oh wait, I watched the wrong file. Only live on this channel. VM2. Not log. Cache check. Yada yada. Something. Why is it not in there? With cache check. Wait, does it not substitute? It should though. Wait, it tries to run that? It's just a warning though. Like we're cross-compiling, you can't freaking run that. This doesn't even... What are you even... Okay, that is super not ideal. For cross builds. Why do you need to do that? Why? That raises an interesting question whether we build some provisioning tools first. No depths. Oh man, so many devils in the details. Yeah, and that is why my freaking to-do grows faster than... I mean, what is the freaking point to check whether at build time it was there on some build server somewhere? It's Red Hat and IBM should know better, but somehow they don't. So it's like, yeah. Anyway, Alexander says in provisioning. Yeah, I made actually a freaking video about that right the other day. Thanks for reminding. Highly appreciated. We have that already, and I even made a video about this some 2 weeks ago. So here we have 102. I think maybe even they started before 1, but yeah, we have, in any case, we have that. Looks like we somehow... Oh darn, that installs... Does it not... Oh. That is also a thing that... Nah. So much to... You know what, then let's maybe not do that for now. That is too messy for my taste. So what do we do then? Then we... yeah, this is... I mean, what would be... I mean, maybe the cleanest would nowadays... I mean, this whole user thing is silly. I also don't appreciate the most. That's the big mega distributions. The one that's one of the other 1942 Linux distributions that are the handful that are a little bit more successful than ours. That some of them, or like maybe even many, as so often I have an exactly 180-degree opposite opinion of other people, because so many move to all the stuff to user. And I would agree that this is super stilly, right? If I would have cleaned that up, and the problem is T2 works nearly perfect for me, better than all the 1942 Linux distributions. But like if I would not want to start a microkernel for the future, and I would want to make my Linux distribution even more amazing, and the only problem is there, I try to build stuff relatively generic, vanilla and stuff. But if I would a more modified, more streamlined and whatnot variant, the only thing is I already built 32. I don't really feel like building even more flavors of flavors, because then I would get rid of /user, like opposite of all the others, like let's put everything in /users, like no, let's put everything in /. I mean, what is the bloody point of having this old-fashioned user thing when some random Unix dude's first hard drive in the 70s became too large and they had to put stuff into /user? It's like, who effing cares 40 freaking plus years later? And so yeah, the problem is that this breaks some stuff, right? So much stuff has /user hardcode. I mean, we probably could mostly or nearly everything solve with having a zoomlink from /user to freaking /. Yeah, but this is kind of stuff. It's like, why is the industry taking exactly this, the most stupid decision? Except, yes, the most stupid except compatibility, but who cares about freaking compatibility? And you can always have a zoomlink for that. So speaking about compatibility and zoomlinks, cache check. So this needs then for now be in /sbin, and then so the problem. Do I want to tweak this? So the problem is this needs to be, you know what, let's maybe then just revert it and have one zoomlink for now. Because otherwise, I mean, I could have a second loop, and the silly thing is, and then we would need to have a second loop because this copies everything in sbin. And I could change this to copy this into the sbin it came from, but then we have this ambutils, which then I would need to, I don't really want to touch this code here now so much and cause even more regressions. Because then we need, if I change this to keep the user prefix, then I would need to, I mean, okay, I could substitute ambutils to sbin. Probably could do it. Or, yeah, not feeling like touching that so much now. I'm a little bit tired, growing a little bit tired of regressions. Schoenberg, can you elaborate more? Quite like that FreeBSD keeps user installed stuff in /user so you don't screw up settings. Well, I don't like this FreeBSD stuff. I mean, besides, I never really use FreeBSD. I find, so, I mean, historically it was / and user, and so the normal locally installed user stuff was in user local, and usually stuff by default, I mean, probably not most stuff anymore, but historically makefile stuff did install or should install by default into user local. But user local, I find, I mean, either, I don't even know all of the FreeBSD stuff, but in general, I find the split silly. And then if you split it like /user, and even, I mean, historically the thing was / and sbin and stuff was for stuff that needs to be there at boot, and user was everything else. And then you had user local. I don't know what all the FBSDs messed with it. I would argue both /user and /user local are both superfluous, especially on BSDs and Linux distributions where you have most things system managed. Then everything should just be in one place anyway. If you have low, I mean, theoretically there was /opt. Yeah. Maybe I should take a look at FreeBSD just for the fun of it. Any red group, someone made Node.js module and they did have hardcode user actually, like having conf for user installed packages under zoomlinks instead of copying files. I had the zoomlinks there. The zoomlink broke recopying the copy didn't like recursively copying over zoomlinks. Why would screwing up /user be any less bad than screwing up bin? Well, I'm only arguing you have half in slash and half in /user. That this is all system managed stuff, and it nowadays makes completely no sense. Nobody runs different partitions for the nobody. I mean, 99.9% of people in the universe, maybe probably most aliens, don't have different partitions and stuff. So this is an extremely 70s artificial cut where like the early Unix dude slash partition or hard drive was full, right? So that is why it doesn't make sense. I mean, if we randomly place stuff between whether it is needed early for boot or not, we can just nowadays, I mean, certainly since the 80s, but definitely since the 90s, have everything in one freaking place and not like have randomly some random dude like me live on YouTube choose which of the two random places we like rolling D&D dices where we put stuff just in the state of the moon, stars and stuff. Sebastian says like to have everything in one place. So yeah, which is your one place? /user / user local / opt. They're daily driving a ThinkPad FreeBSD for the last 6 months since the job, and finding the whole deal less schizophrenic than documentation matches really more often than Linux. That sounds amazing for FreeBSD and environment though Linux kernel. So yeah, everything does different split. So yeah, but /user nearly no distribution. Is there any distribution? Like maybe you find one of the 1942 Linux distributions. Like, is there any? I mean, I know there are some like Gobo or whatever Linux that have a creative / package name -version or stuff, etc. But is there? Are you like suggesting my brainstorming of everything in one top level place makes the most sense, or do you have your stuff already there, or is there another Linux distribution that has the stuff there? So yeah, what to do with the stuff? So yeah, I mean, maybe for now the easiest thing for tonight is best not touch the insert key. Hello, insert key. And then I go home after 1 hour of live streaming. Do I have this still here? Or where did I? Maybe here. Oops. Does that? No, darn. So it already stored the merge info, so now I ruined that. I really hate when, was it even the right information? The right revision? Oh no, it wasn't. Or was it? No, it shouldn't be. Let's see if that's still... So we had to spin. Maybe it does not fix. Let's see. Do we have enough build state? To test that. Fox to code commented in wine when RT pull request, but didn't notice the comment. Could you check on when you have some free time What do you even mean? Do you have a link? Which pull request do we have? Is that on GitHub or? This one? No, it's Gazi John. In your WinRT pull request. Maybe you mix me with someone. I'm not entirely sure what you talk about. So KZ. So the problem here is this is not a full build. Anyway, I need to test that. Probably I commit. Yeah. So the problem is I'm only building on a 50 and 50. 50x today, so that build takes 5 minutes. I don't really want to live stream that now. Yeah. We also need to remember to rebuild so yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. As always, even you watch this later, leave me your thoughts in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. Have a wonderful day or night. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon for the next continuations, hacking and code and build and stuff to come. Still wonder what's with my IT. No, this is or do I have? Don't tell me I have another. You know what could be? You know what? Don't tell me Pulse Audio took over the freaking device with OBS running. Oh, we can check that. It's like, yeah, random YouTube Linux do it for freaking audio devices. Totally not overkill, but hey, one is probably some HDMI nonsense and one is the HDMI capture dongle and stuff like that. Only two real ones. Yep, it's running. Yeah, 2022 socks play crashes. So yeah, and if you're wondering why your modern stuff, I mean, of course, normal people don't really have two other devices except their bloody HDMI output. But yeah, so that is by freaking, I mean, it should not freaking segmentation fault. But yeah, 2023, the Youth Linux desktop, and you want to listen. Of course, as a professional, you want to listen to your freaking lossless compressed audio on your audiophile stuff, and then you can't because for your YouTube live stream OBS took over, the Pulse Audio took over the freaking device, and you want the second visuals. But maybe another win-win. Is there an update for socks? Because what else do you use for you? Probably I should actually freaking work on exact audio, my previous GSMP. What, there is not a freaking socks update? This can't be right. 14.442, for sure they must. Maybe they moved. Hey, GitHub. Maybe they moved to GitHub and there is a freaking more amazing version that doesn't segmentation fault. Maybe even has some Pulse Audio backend. No, 14.4.2. Too bad. Hello, nobody working on Swiss Army knife for. Can't make this stuff up. What was this fresh code club? Do they have a listing for? Where's the search? Search. Sorry. Play shell? Oh, socks. You really want to tell me that nobody freaking works on freaking socks anymore? Live on this channel, you heard it here first. I guess nobody wants command line audio processing anymore. Set. Another set day in desktop Linux. Yours probably filtered. Yeah, so yeah, YouTube sucks. I don't have any YouTube chat filter thing. I checked 5 times already over the years. Paste creatively with space and leaves a slash out like domain space rest of URL. It's silly. I also don't. I wish I would have a control for that. But so you talk with me like I'm not an author of wine, right? Or what are you? Yeah, Pipewire didn't really. I packaged and built Pipewire. It didn't really do a thing for me yet. Also, it's unclear for me if, because it has Pulse Audio support stuff, it did work even less for me. I mean, it's also silly that like just because you have OBS and Firefox running, that like before I YouTube live stream, my command line playback thing was working, and once you fire up OBS and Pulse Audio takes over and stuff, and then the next time it can, like, why does Pulse Audio need to grab the bloody audio device, and why does it need to have even a PCM stream running when I don't even, like, it's what is it firing out? I mean, not like my Ryzen would freaking care. It's epic thread ripping, obviously, but what did it okay, it only configured 48, but this is only because I just switched the stack. So in the default configuration as shipped, this stack only signals 96 kilohertz in the protocol, in the USB protocol. So and then multiplied by at least 3, if not 4 bytes for, not sure what it sends there on the wire. Maybe it sends only signed 24-bit 3-byte little Indian. But in any case, I mean, sure, a Pentium would be bothered. My epic thread ripping Ryzen, of course, doesn't care much. But why it needs to do that? Nah. Sure, for most users, it usually doesn't matter, but nonetheless, it does need to do that. But yeah. So, but like basically, it only would need to start the PCM stream if a client actually wants to output something there. But obviously, Pulse Audio, Pipewire are probably not written by audio professionals, so that probably happens if random home users write an audio daemon. No, I don't see anything. I wish I could. I have this URL posting stuff is since forever, for 4 years live on YouTube. It sucks. I wish I could moderate that. I wish I could enable that. It's silly. The massive, stupid spam stuff you see, and the URL stuff you want to see, you don't get. It's, yeah. Anyway, this builds a while. See you next time. Thanks for watching.